Love, I think in my head, I believe I've only been in love once. Yeah, I think never say never, because I don't want to say that and who knows, few years down the line I end up with somebody from the industry. Or did something that deserved a fatka, then the sweet girl can also be a fatku.
You've seen her in several films, but in the last 1 year, she's come into her own. With a strong performance in Lust Stories and then now in Kabir Singh, she's definitely creating a space of her own. Today we have Kiara Advani with us talking about matters of the heart. Welcome.
Thank you. I'm very impressed with how fluently you've given this introduction, because I have known you before you were in front of the camera.
That's true. You know, starting off, I remember that Kabir Singh, actually you were the first choice. What was your first reaction? Why didn't it work out in the first place, and how did it work out and fall in place?
I'd given an audition for it. It was one of my toughest scenes in the film that I even auditioned for, and it almost fell into place, and then we went our separate ways. There was a lot of, I remember that time Sir wanted someone who just, because in the original, both Arjun and Preeti were complete newcomers and nobody had seen them. It's a tough character to kind of play somebody who's, you know, saying more without having dialogues or without having lines to fall back on, and expressing what you're feeling without any of that. It can be quite challenging.
Yeah.
I thought I'll manage, and then when I got into it, I was like, I've internalized this so much, how do I just detach? So it can be quite challenging.
But you are quite an antithesis to the whole character.
I am. That's for people who know me.
Yeah, not many people know that.
I said I'm more bubbly and vocal and animated in my conversation and discussions. But I think down, I'm as sadharan and simple, and I would like to say innocent, but you're going to say no. But as Preeti, because, you know, I mean, just her values and her morality and her mindset, to some extent, I could relate to.
Do you remember the first time you fell in love? Like, was it in school? Like attraction, maybe? That time you didn't know there was love?
Yeah. Love, I think in my head, I believe I've only been in love once.
Okay.
I mean, I hope it was love, but it must have been. It was the only person I think I had a proper, longish relationship with. And I think it was love. I think we grew up together, so that's a different kind of, you know, energy and a different kind of equation, because you'll always, like, even today, that person is still a friend and someone I will call if good or bad, anything happens, you know, I still have that regard for one another. We still have that bond. And in school, the first time I was ever in a relationship was in the 10th grade. And my mom got me on the phone and she's like, you have guts to be in a relationship during your board exams. You can do whatever you want after your board exam, but you will not be talking to boys. Because I was like one of those kids who
would study.
No, who really needed to study harder. So yeah, but actually he was such a nerd that thanks to him my grades went up in school. So yeah, something good only happens that way, but then never.
But how long? Like,
not so long. Then that didn't really last. Ask me how long my longest relationship has been. It's too close for comfort.
No, but tell me, how long?
It's been long.
As a person who's in love, in what ways have you changed?
My parents had a love marriage, and they were each other's first boyfriend and girlfriend. They were high school sweethearts. They dated for some 7-8 years before they got married. So I've grown up seeing that love, and they're still quite lovey-dovey. And like my brother and I are like, oh my god, like please now, guys. But I think because I've grown up watching them, they've become, that's the kind of love that I'd want in my life. So it's always been that way. So I always thought, so whoever I dated, I thought, isi se main shaadi karungi. Isi se main shaadi karungi. It never happened. But I believe in that. Like, I believe in, like, the institution of marriage. I believe that I want a family. I want that. Those are things, because I've seen it, I've experienced it with my own. So I hope it happens. That would be ideal.
What kind of a person are you in love? Are you this funny?
I'm an all or nothing person. I mean,
but that you are with everybody.
Yeah, I'm the same. I won't change.
I think you're that with friends also.
All or nothing.
All or nothing.
Yeah, that's true. If I'm in it, then I'm in it for the long haul.
But has it ever happened that, you know, I don't know if it's happened to you, but have you ever seen any of your friends or any of your exes go through a phase like Kabir, like where he or she has been self-destructive? Have you stopped them in any way? In
a low phase, yes. We've all been there. Why friends? Even I've been like, I don't want to get out of bed. I just want to sit at home. I don't want to go out. And friends say, listen, you've got to get out. Like, you cannot be sitting at home and crying over somebody. It's not how, you know, and it's okay actually. If you're feeling a certain way, let it out. If you want to cry, let it out. But then move on, allow your friends in, allow your family in, you know, so talk about it and get it out of your system so you feel lighter and move on. But it's so normal that if you've been so attached to someone to kind of have that, when that whole world falls apart, you literally feel like, oh, my world has fallen apart. But you got to rebuild it then. And you got to find yourself in that moment. So if anything, like right now, I'm in that stage where I'm still, since I'm single and I'm so busy with work, but I feel like I found myself in this moment. You though are the only one writing my fictional stories. That's swiftly moving on.
No, I'm saying that, has it ever happened that you had to handle things like that in your life, and how have you got into that mode of self-loving yourself?
Like for me, when I'm in a relationship, I think my priorities, I give that much to that, and then to work, of course. But I think right now I'm in a phase of my life where it's not like I'm averse it, or I'm not stopping it from going to happen. If it's going to happen, I would love for it to happen. Who would? I think it's a great thing to be in love. I don't have those timelines or any such fixed things that I want to get. I don't want to be in a relationship because I'm working now, and that's not on my head. But I think right now, because he's not even in the vicinity, to be honest, my focus is just by default on the right thing.
But as a person, what is that one thing that you would never tolerate while you're in love?
Abuse, any kind of it.
In the film, there's a portion which I think in
disrespect, abuse, altogether. In the film, yes.
Yeah, there's a portion where he slaps you and you slap him. What is your opinion on the same?
If you ask me personally, I would never tolerate it. But when I'm playing a character, I can't be thinking as Kiara. I completely segregate my personal mind space when I get on a film set.
Do you remember the last time kabhi phatke kisi ko mara hai?
Yeah, my brother.
No, like for a legit reason. Anyway, older siblings are a little
young. He's younger.
He's the younger one, you are the older.
I've also got from him fatkus.
That's okay.
But bachpan wala, pyar wala.
Yeah, but I'm saying somebody who you've given a fatka, like ऐसे कुछ किया होगा या फिर कुछ बोला होगा. Somebody who's walked up to you and behaved badly.
Fortunately, that has not happened.
But would you?
Would I give a fatka if someone acted rudely, disrespected me or someone around me I'm close to, or anybody for that matter, or did something that deserved a fatka, then the sweet girl can also be a fatku.
Is it also that you are not looking for love within the industry at all? Like Tapsi said recently that I can't tolerate to be with a man who would look in the mirror more than I do. Do you also stand by that, or you're okay with it?
No, see, I think never say never, because I don't want to say that and who knows, few years down the line I end up with somebody from the industry. I've stopped. Initially when I just started off, I used to think like I don't think I can date an actor and all that. But no, I think you can. I don't think a profession would matter anymore. But so long as you're passionate about what you're doing and you're doing it well, that's important.
Is there something which is
I just told you I'm so single. So yesterday we were promoting in Chandigarh and they called me Chhadi. Chhadi is a single girl.
Really?
Yeah, it's quite sad.
I thought Chhadi is like, I don't know.
Chhatri?
Yeah, no, Chhadi.
Then forget it. Forget it.
It sounds like that.
Anyway, it doesn't sound so great.
You also spoke about something that we usually don't see in today's times, and today is the time of modern day relationships. Yeah. Like you said that you can be friends with your ex.
Yeah.
Do you think that we are coming to an age where this has become the new normal as well? At one point of time, it was like, oh, how can you be friends? You still love that person. होता है ना, बहुत सारे दोस्त ऐसे बोलते हैं.
हाँ.
तुमको भी कभी
बोला
ऐसा?
I feel if both the people have moved on, then you can be friends. Like if one person hasn't and one has, then maybe it's difficult. But if both have moved on, then.
But you are not looking out for love right now, you said.
I hope they look for me. I hope they find me.
Moving on, I started off saying that you have slowly and steadily created a space of your own. Today you are romancing Akshay Kumar in a big film, You are doing a film with Dharma. Are you happy with the kind of roles and the offers and the space that you've got for yourself right now?
I feel like finally I'm getting the opportunities to do films that I really wanted to do. I don't like, a lot of people think Dhoni was my first film, but it was actually Fugly in 2014, which came a year before Dhoni. And that after Fugly, because the film didn't do really well, I didn't become that overnight sensation or anything. People didn't know me. I was still auditioning. I almost went into that, like that was my lowest point in my life when I thought that, will I even get a second chance? What's going to happen to my career? Am I going to get another opportunity? And I know people think that, oh, she knows Salman, so she knows so and so, so it must be easy. But sure, it's helpful when you know people from the industry, they can help you meet people. But it's not always that easy, because it's not a sure shot anything. It's not that those people you meet are going to 100% give you a film. It's not always that they all want to meet you, because for them it's also like, but I don't have anything to offer right now. And some people look at your last film and decide whether, no, but should we take or not? It's not like her last film worked. Maybe take a new face instead. So it was a period which was tough. Many auditions didn't work, but finally Dhoni had clicked. And it was a lovely film, a big film to be a part of. And that was the first film that finally got me connected to the audience in a way that I almost became, in some houses, a household name.
Not some, a lot.
I mean, today people who know me as Sakshi Dhoni and the girl who played that film. Then Love Stories changed every single thing. Love Stories was like my everyone saw the performer and the actor in me, and they felt like, okay, this girl can act. So finally, like those same people I probably met during auditions, or the same people who didn't want to meet me, I was getting an opportunity to now work with them.
But I'm hoping that you do much more films and very, very lovely performances, because I know you're a fantastic person and a performer. It's lovely talking to you, and it was a fantastic conversation.
If you do like this video, then don't forget to like, share and subscribe to Pinkvilla.